Hello, wealth builders, and welcome to today's coffee table conversations. This week, we're going to be talking about a question that came to me from a couple that is getting ready to get married. They wanted to know how should they determine their budget for their wedding. And so there's a lot of things that go into planning for a wedding. But the first thing that you definitely need to do is determine what your budget is going to be. And you want to make that determination before you start going out shopping for wedding dresses, picking venues, and things of that nature. A lot of people get that backwards. They start doing that before they've actually come up with their budget. And what happens is that you go out and you pick a venue, and then your budget is determined by the price of the venue or what your dress is going to cost and things like that. But you first want to start with calculating that budget. And here's how you're going to do it. A couple of things that you want to take into consideration. Number one, what is going to be contributed to your budget from others? Are your parents going to make a contribution? Do you have any friends or other relatives that might contribute to the wedding on your behalf? Some parents will pay for the wedding altogether, or they may pay for the transportation for the wedding, or perhaps your honeymoon. So figure out what contributions are going to be made on your behalf for the wedding. So you take that portion, and then you want to look at, okay, now that I have that, this is the portion that I'm going to be personally responsible for, me and my fiance. And so you have to ask yourself the question, what am I able to save right now on the monthly basis? And what is my fiance able to save on the monthly basis? Because essentially, that is where you're going to get your money that you are responsible for personally contributing to that wedding budget. So once you get that number, then that is how you're going to determine what your budget is. So you'll take that number, whatever you guys are able to contribute on a monthly basis via your disposable income that you have to work with, and then what others will be contributing on your behalf, and you have your budget for your wedding. And once you have your budget, then you go out and say, okay, I have a $10,000 budget, or I have a $25,000 budget. Now let me go and see what venues can fit into my budget, what dress can fit into my budget, what destination wedding can fit into my budget that I've already calculated. And so that's the way that you want to plan and start your marriage off. Okay, thank you so much for submitting the question. And we'll talk to you next week. Please submit your questions to Angela Mitchell at debtnotallowed.com, or visit our website at debtnotallowed.com. And remember, debt is not in your DNA. Talk to you next week.